Hey budget fam, I hope that you guys are doing well. It is GB here with Thinking Babes. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. We are diving straight into our Build a Bank Cycle 2 binder setup, guys. We're going to be going through all of these add-ons that I have prepared for my Build a Bank Deluxe Club. So I have some A6 savings challenges, I have some A5 saving challenges, I also have some prop money as well as some placeholders that my bankers have requested me to create for them, specifically for the A5 as well as the A6 bankers as well. That's the start of the show, but what I really want to get into is the new binders that I have just purchased from my budget bestie, Maria, over at She's Got It. I am obsessed, guys. Now, I ordered 4 binders, the black, this creamy color, this kind of browny neutral color, as well as the purple for my spooky, because your girl loves spooky. And she was kind enough to gift me some additional binders as well. One of them being the burgundy binder. And I'm obsessed, guys. I love this. This also kind of gives me spooky vibes as well, but she's very feminine. She is here. She's very sophisticated. And look at the ring size. I love it. What I really do love about this binder is all of the different pockets and inserts and slides and little hidden little back doors and stuff. Love the little window here. But I also love this material. I love this Saffiano texture. She can handle spills, and like she just handles a little bit more than the other types of leathers. And also the size, it's much wider, so some of my envelopes aren't going to be kind of sticking out by themselves. Now, I am looking forward to spooky season, guys, and I just had to get purple. I don't actually think I own anything purple in terms of my binders, so this is actually the first. She is a royal, beautiful purple. Okay, now these two, they're going to get set up at a different time. We're just going to be focusing on switching over Build a Bank in today's video, but also I'm going to switch over my KoFi binder, and this one is definitely giving me some kind of coffee vibes, little milk kind of chocolate frappuccino, yes. And so I was thinking maybe the KoFi binder could go into this, but also it also gives me a little bit of autumn vibes as well. So like my autumn box savings challenge, I feel like it could possibly go into this binder as well, or it could possibly go into the pale oak binder as well. I'm still trying to figure out which one. What are we thinking, guys? What are we feeling? Are we feeling the vibes? Yeah. I'm feeling like I want to put autumn into this binder because I already have autumn in like a light kind of a creamy kind of color anyway. So I already know what it's going to look like. So if I am going to do some changes, I might as well put it into something completely different. So I'm feeling like this one is nice for autumn. It's a cozy, cool. It's like a blush with a hint of with an undertone of brown to it. I can't really explain this color. It's a muted pink, and so this one, I guess the KoFi could go into here. I feel like the KoFi would kind of pop into this one, but also I don't want my Build a Bank to be in the black. I feel like the black is a really it's a corporate color. So and while bankers are corporate, I want the colors from Build a Bank to pop. This black binder, oh, she is stunning. She is gorgeous, guys. I feel like if I go to Starbucks, like there is a black undertone with a little bit of oak and the walnuts and stuff. I feel like this is giving me Starbucks vibes, guys. Look at the black. It's like a phantom. It's like a phantom binder. And so I feel like brown still kind of pops off of this classy, elegant, muy espresso. Do you know? So I think I'll put the KoFi in here for the moment. Obviously, I'm possibly going to switch out from the black to possibly a lighter color for my KoFi binder. I don't know if anyone has like a really nice brown in this kind of materials, the Saffiano. But if they do, point me in the right direction. I would love to have like a nice creamy brown. Anyway, that's not here, neither there. So we're going to put the KoFi into this one just because we're going to have like a classy KoFi kind of binder. And simply because I don't want Build a Bank in a black binder. I want Build a Bank to be popping, bursting with color, spilling with color, dropping and stacking cash. All right, so that's the binder that we're going to use today, guys. All right, so now you already know that my binders, my Build a Bank is currently in this kind of light mint, the perfect color really, green binder. I also have like a grass green, like I have another green binder as well. And they're great binders. And I also really love the magnetic clip as well. But when Bestie came up with this binder, I just wanted to get something a little bit wider, and I love it, guys. All right. So first things first is we're just going to take this tiny little piece of paper that's stuck behind the rings here. And one hack I find that when it's stubborn to come out, just get a pair of cuticle nippers or a tweezer actually, and you can just kind of slide that back out there. Love the size of the rings, guys, as well. All right, so what we're going to do for the next couple of minutes or so, and I guess for the remainder of this video, is we're just going to go ahead and set up our binder for cycle 2. And I enjoy this part of the process, guys, because you're connecting with your savings challenge. You're not just coming in and shoving the cash and then running and dipping. This is not a save and go. It's not a smash and go. We are connecting. We are enjoying this experience. And so try to find time to set up your binder and just have fun with it. All right, now the texture, like I said, the texture of my other binder is like a soft, lychee leather. If you have binders, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm not going to be able to use the magnetic clip, but I do have these ones here from cloth paper that I've got in a previous description as well as from a previous order. And the green is absolutely perfect. And I love that it's also one of the half moon ones. I have a bigger one of these half moon clips, or eclipse as I think they're called, and it's a yellow one as well, so I could also put the yellow in here as well. But I feel like this dark green is a lovely bold color against this kind of neutral background. I feel like we're now in a fancy bank, guys. We're walking past the beautiful, elegant wallpaper, and then it has this beautiful display. All right, so we're gonna tuck our little bank card right here in this little slit right here. Love it. And then our little progress tracker here for all of the cycles that we've completed. We're just going to tuck it into this little slot right there as well. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And I can see everything that I have in the binder at the very front. And I love it. I love when I open my binder and it keeps me kind of motivated, guys. Love it. Okay, I might find something to put in that little window right there. Maybe something about cash or my next, I don't know. All right, guys, now let's move on over to the actual saving challenges, guys. So I think I'm still going to use in my cha-ching era, because I really am in my cha-ching era, guys. And so we're going to keep this dashboard, unless I think I'm actually going to possibly make another one. Not right now, but maybe another dashboard and then maybe another bookmark. Now, what I'm showing here is that I did get a sample from the printing company and I wanted to see what their A6 look like. This is what their A6 look like. And I was like, huh? And it's much shorter and it's much wider than the saving challenges that I currently have, because I wanted to see if it was possible that I could do a physical version, but instead of A5, also an A6. So if that is something that you guys might be interested in, just let me know. Let me know. Now that's what the size looks like, and that's how it would ship to you. I do think it's a little bit wide for my taste because I love to put them in my cash envelopes. All right, I'm getting sidetracked here. Now let's go back. In terms of inserts, guys, you've asked me for some in the bank. So for some of us that have completed cycle 1 so far, some of you are transferring that cash into your bank accounts, or you're taking the cash out, putting it into the vault, or you're just putting it someplace, or maybe you even have to use it as well. And so you want to be able to track all of the cash that you've saved thus far. So I've created these in the bank cash placeholders. You can just write the amount that you save for each one of the challenges. Now, maybe it comes in a set of 3. You can use one for your staff meetings. You can use one for your cycle 1, cycle 2, cycle 6, or whatever. And then if for the third one, you could possibly use it for all of the other things that you're doing with Build a Bank, customers, or whatever else. It depends on what you're doing. Anyway, you have a set of 3. You can print these as many times as you like, and just every time you make a deposit to the bank, you can do that. Now, if you find that you've hit a specific target, don't forget, when you get the 21 piece, you're going to get it fully funded anyway. So. And then I also had the other ones that had the amount on them. Remember, we came up with some placeholders that had like the specific amount with the hearts as well. So you have more than enough different options of keeping track of what your balances are in terms of your cash envelopes, guys. So I'm going to put the 2 of them to the back here just because they are kind of interchangeable. It lets me know how much is in the bank. And if I need to use my fully funded, I can use that as well. Now, you've also asked me to create some cash placeholders. The last ones that I created, which was the little mini ones, you said it was too small. It was nice to use for a moment, but you said it was too small. You wanted the biggest size ones. I'm talking for my bankers from the Deluxe Club. Now, you may or may not have already purchased the first set that was on Etsy, the number ones. We came up with the ones, we came up with the twos, and we also came up with the threes in terms of the prop notes. And I mainly did this because everyone has access to €5 or more. In the US, you actually have dollar bills as well. But for those of us where the smallest paper currency is only like a €5, I really wanted to have some prop money that were smaller denominations. But you've asked me to go ahead and make the 5, 10. And so I've come out with some more of the dollar bills just because they're easier. So I have the fours, and you're going to get a set of 6. You can print them as many times as you like. I come up with the 5s as well for those that want to use prop. I've also come out with the 10s. And then also I have here, I printed out the 20s. And so you have 6 of those for that. So you have a nice little thick stash. Now I did create 50s, and I did create a prop that says 100. So you'll see all of them. But I actually enjoy looking at my real 50s. I can't find hundreds, but I have created 50 and I have created 100. So if you want to, you can also print those out as well. But I'm not going to use them. So I don't have them printed at the moment. All right, now let's get into the staff meeting, guys. Okay, this is also something I'm actually really enjoying, the staff meetings. So this was our very first staff meeting that we came up with just a couple of weeks ago when we got started with the cycle. And so now we're moving from the back to school theme, which would have been for September, and we're now moving on to our kind of Halloween theme, which is going to be for October. Now, the idea behind these staff meetings is that you're going to do this on a monthly basis. Now, don't mind me. I love pushing myself and doing as much as I possibly can. But also, I'm creating content for you as well. So normally, I would do these once a month. But because I'm creating the content, I want to show you how to use them for when you're ready to use them. You do not need to do everything that I am doing, but I have to create the content to let you know that when you are ready, here's how you can do that. Now, we're going to be swapping this out. I like to keep everything stored into my little pouch. If you got the physical version, you have this green pouch already. You can actually find this over on Temu or even Shein. I don't know, but you can find these pouches like anywhere, guys. It's like, yeah. All right, so we're swapping out from the last staff meeting, and I'm going to be doing a new staff meeting because I already finished my other staff meeting, and the cash is going to stay right here until I put it into the vault. I've also swapped out my cycle 1. We are done. Yay! And shout out to every single person that has successfully completed cycle 1. The details of our secret cash party will be coming soon, guys. All right. And now I put in my staff meeting for our second staff meeting, guys. Okay. So that's the first cash envelope that I have in here. And this one here is my second cash envelope. And this is holding my cycle 2. All right, today is day 18. Okay, it's the 18th of August. Today is day 18. So that's going to be the 3 days worth that I need to catch up on, but I'm going to catch up on that in a different video. Okay, so that's 2 cash envelopes. I really only want to have about 6 cash envelopes in here, and then I just have my bonus cash envelope, which is going to be the Plinko. Now, you will notice at the staff meeting that we're on each of the staff meetings. What we're doing now is we're focusing on 2 tills of the month. We're focusing on certain customers of the month, a certain department, and also a certain situation, just to keep you entertained, to keep you going, and so that you're using all of your different pieces of your build a bank. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and grab my till number 1. Now, if you have the A6 version, this is what your A6 version is going to look like in terms of your till. And then recently we came up with the other additional tills. So you should be able to find all of this over on Etsy, friends. You have access to all of this right now with Chat to Holiday. You know I was going to say that. Right? So you have access to these over on Etsy as well. The till tabs are listed separately. The tills are listed separately. And then I do send you a couple of little freebies here and there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put back the tills that we used for the last staff meeting. I'm going to take those out. I'm going to put that into my binder here. This way I keep everything in terms of A6. I'm not actually using the A6 savings challenges. I'm just showing you for those that do have it. This is how I would set it up. I'm actually using my A5 version. But honestly, I love the A6. I love both versions actually, you know. Okay, so that's going to be my third cash envelope again because I'm doing the staff meeting. If you're not doing the staff meetings, then you literally only have the cycle 1, cycle 2 saving challenges to do. And I don't want you to get bored, so I just want to keep you going with all of this. Now, our next till for this month is going to be for the vault. You should already have this because this was an additional add-on available on Etsy, and I'm just going to put that, and that's now my fourth cash envelope. I'm taking out the old till from the previous staff meeting, and I'm just going to tuck it back into the cash envelope here into this binder. This is where I hold everything mainly for the A6 because this binder is like a real thick baddie. She is a baddie. She could hold a lot of stuff in here and she does not complain. Okay, she will be bursting, but she will never complain. And so I like to keep all of my A6 stuff inside here. Okay, so now in terms of our staff meeting, okay, so we have our tills set up. Great. Now we're going to move on over to the department that we're going to be focusing on this month. Now, we focused on the debt department for our last staff meeting, and now we're going to be moving on into our emergency. So I keep all of my printouts right here in my little pouch when I'm ready to grab whichever one that I need to grab. They're all right here all together. And so we're looking for the emergency department. Okay, so I'm going to take this out, put this into my current binder, and I'm going to take out the old department and just kind of tuck it and store it back into my pouch. And this is really straightforward, guys. I know it's a lot of talking, but it's important that I continue to say the same thing over and over again so that you understand, and also that I explain every single thing. When you're using the staff meeting savings challenges, it should not be confusing at all. If you just pay attention to the icons, it'll tell you exactly what you need to have into your cash envelopes. And majority of you, if you have the A6 version, you would have access to. If you got the 21 piece, I would have sent you some freebies. I can't remember what all the freebies are. Anyway, it should be somewhere on Etsy. And if it's not on Etsy, it could potentially be associated with a purchase and I sent you a freebie. I actually don't remember. I don't remember if the emergency department was actually a freebie or not. But the cash envelope insert, I know for sure is on Etsy. Okay, let's move on over to the other part of our staff meeting, which is the customers. That's not going to change. These are always going to be in the binder because every month we're going to be focusing on specific customers. So this is going to stay inside here. And I'm going to put my happy customers as my next cash envelope. And then I'm going to put my angry customers as the next cash envelope. And this is where all of our customers are going to stay together. And then next cash envelope is going to be where we're focusing on the situation of the month. So for our very first staff meeting, we focus on the bathroom breaks. And this is something that we created for the A5 version. So recently we launched the A6 version of bathroom break. And if you're a member, you would have gotten access to this. And now I've just come up with Hello Doctor because you asked me, GP, you have that in A5, you want to get to us or what? You gonna give us these things or what? And I said, okay, yes, sure. Absolutely, guys. So not only did I give you Hello Doctor, which is the situation of this month, I've also given you Self-Care Day, guys, because who loves my bankers? You do. I do. I've given you an extra situation that doesn't even have to do anything with the staff meeting. Now, it could be the situation for next month, or it could just be an extra, okay? And last but not least is going to be Plinko. This is completely optional. This is just if you want to just play something extra and have a little bit of fun. It does come with 3 mini cards. This is already available on KoFi for my Build-A-Bank Deluxe members. So most of you should already have this download. Some of you have messaged me about getting a little bit confused on playing this. So I will do another tutorial in this video showing you how to play this again. Very simple and straightforward, and I'll break it down for you. You're just going to be recording a good review, a bad review, or a neutral review, and you're going to take that cash and save it as bonus cash for your tills. But we're going to come back to this momentarily. That's now going to be my final cash envelope in my A6 binder setup, guys. How are we feeling? I love it. I really do love it, and I am enjoying these binders 100%. See how nicely the envelopes are now kind of tucked in there. Not that I was bothered that they were poking out in this other binder, in my next binder. And it just doesn't bother me at all because I don't even use the A6 anyway. I prefer to lean on the A5, but I do use the A6 to store the cash. And so sometimes I find like there's just a little bit of a bend here and there. But now I have these binders, which are a little bit wider and they give me a little bit more space and everything kind of tucks in nicely, guys. Okay. I mean, worst case, I could have just used this one right here, which is holding my envelopes anyway. So again, I wasn't really bothered by, the envelopes or not. Anyway, so let's put these two to the side. And again, I have lots of binders. So if I feel like I want to change back into the mint, I will. If I feel like I want to go with the dark green, I will. Okay, that's just me. I like to keep things changed and keep going. Now, let's move on over to the A5 version, guys. Okay, now some of you do have the printed digital A5 version. And for those of you that do have the physical A5 version, we're going to go through that as well. And there's not a lot that can be done with the physical A5 version because it comes specifically with 25 sheets, 24 of which are the savings challenges. And then the last one is going to be the mini cards that you can cut yourself. So there's not a lot that you can do. The only thing that you can do is just print out any add-ons, which I am creating now, and just add them into your physical savings challenge, guys. All right, now what I want to focus on firstly is let's go back to the staff meeting that we launched a couple of weeks ago, okay, for cycle 1. Now, you would already have access to this. You should have already printed this out. You should already be finished with this one, or you could possibly still be working on this for the month of August. I created this for August, okay? You're just going to print this, and this is just going to be an additional savings challenge. Now, the tills that we were focusing on was going to be this till here. You already had access to this when you purchased the A5 version. Recently, we came out with till number 7, which is printed already in your physical version, for those of you that have the physical version. So you have all the tills actually in the physical version. If you had the digital version, you would have had to have purchased this as an add-on to then add to your physical binder for those of you that have the digital version. Okay, nothing to get confused about. When you purchased the digital version, it already had till number 2 in it. Recently we came up with more tills. Okay, so that's till number 7. And then for the department, you would have already had the debt department in the A5 version, digital. The physical version does not have any departments. Again, we can only fit 25 sheets in the physical A5. However, I do have cash envelope inserts for the different departments, and you can also use this to put into your cash envelope and just save the cash. So the 4 icons on here, you roll a die and just put the cash into a cash envelope. Okay. In terms of our customers, you would have had access to individual customers in the A5 digital version. All of the customers are a separate savings challenge. So first happy customer we have here is going to be the B. You already have access to the A5 digital version of the B savings challenge. Okay, here's what it is. The color and save. You have this already in your book. Then the next happy customer that I have here is the kitty. If you have the physical version, you have all of your customers on one sheet. All you have to do, roll a die, save the amount. For those of you that have the digital version, you have an entire savings challenge. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to roll the die and see how many icons you want to take off of your challenge. For those of you with the A6 version, you have a savings challenge for your customer, which is called Angry Customer. And you have an insert Angry Customer unit. That's how you're going to be saving. The kitty, you already have this in the A5 version. So you're simply going to roll a die and save the money for the icon. In terms of the angry customers for our very first staff meeting, you would have had access to the black cat. It is already included in the A5 Savings Challenge book over on Etsy. In the physical A5 version, all of the angry customers are in one savings challenge. You're simply going to just mark that angry customer off. All right. Now, what you don't have in the A5 Digital Savings Challenge book is you don't have the angry koala. And so I said, you know what? Let's make a savings challenge for the angry koala. That's the one that's missing from last staff meeting. In addition, For the new tills that I've created, you would know that all of the previous tills 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then bank charges, they all have this progress tracker sheet. And they also have 2 dot grid sheet, one that has the dollar icon and then one that has the icon for the till. Right, so you already have that for the first 6 tills 1 through 5 and bank charges. So when we came out with till number 7, 8, 9, 10 plus the vault as well as bonus, I said that I would create these dot grid sheets for you as well as the progress tracker. So this is the first of the set of these progress tracker updates as well as the dot grid sheets that I've prepared. So till number 7 now has all of the extra pieces for you to add into your digital version for the A5. All right. And then we came out with the digital version for bathroom break. You remember bathroom break was the situation for our first staff meeting. And so you would have been able to have purchased that. Now, this is something new that I've created for you. Since we had the Angry Koala as our customer for the first staff meeting, in the A5 version, you don't have anything to go to the koala. So my A5ers was like, are you going to create the savings challenge? And I was like, of course I am. So now you have an extra angry customer to add to your binder just from the first staff meeting. You are going to be one busy banker, my friend. All right. So that's the first staff meeting. Now we're going to be moving on over to the second staff meeting, but also want to share that if you have the A5 version, all of the other tills are available as add-ons. You can download these off of Etsy. So again, you should have access to all of these, including the additional situations that are in the physical A5 version. I know it's going to get confusing at some point. A5 version, A5 physical, A6 this. I know it's going to get confusing at some point, but just listen and don't overwhelm yourself, guys. Choose one format. Choose whether you want to do the A5. Choose whether you want to do the A6. There's only 20 of you guys, or maybe 40, that you have the physical A5 anyway. So I wouldn't worry too much about the physical A5. Majority of the persons who does have the A5, it's going to be the digital download. All right. Now, let's get back to the staff meeting of the month. So we are going to be focusing on 2 tills. There's going to be till number 1, and it's going to be the vault. All right. In the A5 physical version that has been shipped and professionally printed, you have your one sheet of the till number 1, and you also have the vault as a physical sheet. The only thing in the A5 physical is the bonus that was not professionally printed because we made that after we had already shipped all of the packages. Someone said, it's 11 tills, can we have an extra one? And I said, okay, bonus. Okay. Now you're able to download the vault, which most of you have already done so, to add to your A5 digital version. So that is the vault there. And just like I did with till number 7, where I created the additional progress tracker, I did the exact same thing for the vault as well. So you now have a progress tracker for the vault with its colors there as well, and its icon there as well. And now you also have 2 additional dot grid sheets for your brain dumping, for your brainstorming, for writing down anything that you want to write inside your savings challenge book. It's completely up to what you want to write. Okay, now the situation of this month is going to be doctor. We have a lot of bankers calling in sick, guys, lots of doctor slips. This was already in the A5 digital version. You already have access to this. It's also in the A5 physical version as well. But I went ahead and made an A6 version of this for my A6 bankers. So you now have that as well. And then in terms of the customer, okay, so the porcupine, I think that's a porcupine. So our little happy customer is going to be the porcupine, and it's going to be the pig. In the A5 digital version, you already have access to this savings challenge already. What you don't have and what is new is going to be our little happy little piggy wiggy with all of these beautiful cute mud puddles. So I've gone ahead and created the A5 version of this additional happy customer. Remember, we had 9 original happy customers and 9 original angry customers. We later increased that 9 to 20. I've added 11 more. So slowly and surely, I'll be giving the additional customers over the next 90 days for my Build a Bank Deluxe Club. Will I get to all of them? I hope so. And if I don't, well, they'll be on Etsy at some point. All right, now we do have access to the Angry Bear, but we did not have a savings challenge for the Angry Zebra. So now you have 2 extra customer savings challenges to add to your A5 digital savings challenge book. Oh, that is such a mouthful. A5 digital savings challenge, A5 physical savings challenge, A6 digital savings challenge, guys. Hello, and our binder, she's getting thick, guys. And look, we're just getting started. We are literally just getting started. And so it's a lot, guys. And there's going to be at some point, you're just going to have to manage what you're going to choose to focus on. This is where the staff meeting is coming from. This is where the staff meeting says, okay, you don't need to have all of this month. Just focus on a select few. So that is all of the updates in terms of Build a Bank for cycle 2. I'm going to say cycle 2, part 2 release. You should now, these will be on our KoFi for our exclusively for our Build a Bankers Deluxe Club in the next, sometime this week. Hoping to get these up tomorrow, guys. But I really wanted to do this video first, and I don't want to launch them too quickly because I don't need you to be overwhelmed. I don't need you to start just printing everything out and trying to rush and get it completed. That's not the point. The point of the club is you have access to additional add-ons to grow your Build-A-Bank, store them, and pull them whenever you need them. Let's do a final flip through of my A6 binder with all of the cash envelopes, focusing on the tills, the customers, the department, as well as the situation that I've set up for staff meeting number 2. And lastly, we just have our Plinko savings challenge to the back here because we love reviews of our of our bank. Now, I was asked to do a quick tutorial, so let me just end this video just doing a quick tutorial on how to play the Plinko Savings Challenge. I know this is something new, so I just want to make sure that everyone kind of understand this. For some of you are playing it and you're, oh my gosh, you did it wrong. No, boo-boo. Once you're saving those stacks and you're saving money, that is all that really matters to me, that you're saving money. You are going to need a 6-sided die, okay? I want you to think of Plinko as there's 12 players, okay? There's the 12 tills. Each one of them want to get cash, and we are reviewing each of those tills. Customers are coming to deposit cash into those tills, and they are going to give you a review. So you're going to pick one of the tills, okay? So we roll the 6-sided die. That's the number 3. There's 2 tills assigned to the number 3 when you're first getting started. So you have to choose which customer is going to go to this till. You're the customer. Where are you going to go? Are you going to go to the first one, which is till number 4, which is the icon? Or are you going to go to this one here, which is till number 9? So just pick a till. Pick one of these tills that you want to put the cash into, that you want to deposit. Imagine yourself going into a bank. Till number 4 is open and till number 9 is open. Which one you want to go to first, okay? So now you decided I'm gonna go to till number 4. So I'm just using this little paper clip as my little marker to let me know where I'm moving. So now I've rolled my first die. I'm gonna go to number 3. I've just rolled my second die. It's gonna be number 5. So I'm now moving to the second line going down. Now I'm going to roll my die once more again. It's number 1. I'm going to take my little marker. I'm now on the 3rd line because I rolled 3 times. And now I'm switching over to the number on the die. If you look to the top of the challenge, you'll see the die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It doesn't mean that I'm putting the cash into till number 1. Doesn't mean that I'm switching. It's just allowing me to follow the movements of the die. Again, I roll a 6. That tells me that I need to follow the arrows that's underneath die number 6. I'm now on the 5th line. And last but not least, I rolled a 6th time, which means I'm going to be on the 6th line of the arrows. And that ended up here with a good review. The deposit amount for this review is going to be $2, which means I'm going to put $2 into till number 4. I'm not taking an icon off because I don't have a till card. I don't have a till 4 card. I have a review card. And so this lets me know that this customer was happy with their experience at till number 4 and we're making an extra deposit. Now, let's say I got 3 again the second time that I played. I already marked off till number 4. I've already went to till number 4, so I'm not going to go back there again. So the next time that I roll a 3, I'm going to go to till number 9 and then play again and save the cash. All right, so that's all that you're doing with Plinko is you're rolling a die, and that's going to determine the movement that you move down. You just want to get to a good review, a bad review, or a positive review and save that cash as extra amounts. But we are going to be playing this more and more and more and more and more. And by the end of this 90 days, this is going to be the easiest, peasiest, lemon squeeziest savings challenge you've ever played on the planet. Guys, this is my binder setup for Build a Bank. Loving the new binder that I am in. Loving my A5 physical version. Loving my A6 digital version. Loving my A5 digital version as well. And hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If there's any questions you do have, leave them down in the comment section. I will definitely answer them. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.